Hey guys, today we're going in a different direction and talking about the city of Houston, Texas, home of the NASA Space Center and those Space City Astros that just came out on top in the 2022 World Series. Hi everyone, I'm Amber with Greater Travel, and Houston is a place for diverse ways to have fun, and I'm here to tell you all about it. So stay tuned to find out what you can do in the city of Houston and what else may not be too far away for added fun you won't find in the city center. And don't forget to stick around to find out about a free gift. Let's start off with a big one. You can't really talk about a visit to Houston without talking about the Space Center Houston. The Space Center Houston is a must-see attraction in Texas. There you will see space artifacts, several exhibits, engaging experiences, and theaters with shows about the history of the space program. Experiences include virtual reality space travel and spacewalks on the space station. Throughout the year, there are traveling exhibits and special events, so you may want to schedule your vacation around one of those limited time activities. One of the biggest draws to the Space Center is its educational value for both children and adults. There are several learning programs, including overnight experiences, where participants can camp under the stars and build skills through hands-on activities. To continue the learning experience in Houston, take yourself, family, and or friends to the Houston Zoo to become well-versed in the nature and habits of creatures native to places all around the world. If you've been to any other zoo, you probably know how they work. There are scheduled zookeeper talks about different animals, animal encounters, shows, and be sure to ride the carousel. Be mindful of any rules and regulations by checking the website as those change on occasion, and also check on daily and calendar events. If you go during the holiday season, you may encounter special events like zoo lights. Also, if you already have a membership to an affiliate zoo, you can get 50% off on your tickets. And don't forget to get there early to make sure you have a decent parking spot, because if I'm being honest, the Houston Zoo parking is a zoo in and of itself, but the earlier in the day you arrive, the better. And when you're all finished getting to know the animals, enjoy some tacos at Bodega's Taco Shop, not too far away. After all that education, you may want to join in with America's favorite pastime. That's right, if you head to Houston during the baseball season, get some tickets to a game at Minute Maid Park. It's one experience anyone can enjoy. Of course, games can go a little long when you've got young kids to tote along, so I recommend bringing something for them to do and getting lots of snacks. There are rules at the stadium for what you're allowed to bring in, so always check the website to make sure you don't get turned away at the gate. And be sure to check on game day promotions. You could receive a free jersey or even a bobblehead. After you've broken up your educational journey with a little baseball or Texans football, I guess, of course there are other sports options too, basketball and even hockey. You can head back into that education mode by visiting a few museums. Houston has quite the variety of museums in the downtown area. Check out the Houston Museum of Natural Science, the Museum of Fine Arts, the Holocaust Museum, and the Children's Museum. There are several more, but any one of these you could spend hours in, so you may want to decide on one or two if you can only visit for a day. If you can stretch out your stay and go to several, do it. There's so much to do, see, and learn about. If you do a quick Google search for museums in Houston, it is a very long list that comes up. So if none of these tickle your fancy, do a search, see what it does. Maybe you'd prefer to visit the Butterfly Center, the Color Factory, or the Toy Museum. Whatever it is, you can probably find it in Houston. And if you'd like to see a video all about museums in Houston, comment below. One thing to consider is cost. Some of these museums are quite pricey, while others may even have days where folks can visit them for free. So be sure to peruse the website to see if there are any special offers. Continue enjoying the city life in the Houston Theater District. There are 9 establishments to choose from across a 17-block span for your live theater needs. And they are embedded in an area full of entertainment, restaurants, bars, parks, and so much more. Buy your theater tickets ahead of time to the show of your choice. Check the theater website for any information about dress, timing, and parking. Make a reservation to a theater district restaurant, such as one of my favorites, Beer Paretti's, for delicious Italian food. And be sure to make that reservation and make it early enough, or you may find yourself with nowhere to eat and not enough time to eat before the show. When you make your reservation, tell the attendant what time your show begins, and they'll be able to tell you if you have enough time. Having enough time for everything will help to ensure you have a stress-free evening where you can just take your time eating, getting to the theater, finding your seat, and relaxing until that curtain opens. Another fun attraction in Houston is Gerald Hines Waterfall Park. The waterfall is technically a fountain since it's man-made water feature, but it's definitely a unique one. I personally have enjoyed walking around the park and gazing up at this very tall and interesting waterfall. It's a great place to take pictures and portraits. The park is very nice, and it's not far from the Galleria, where you can ice skate and attend to all your shopping needs. Which brings me to the next item on the list, the Galleria. The Galleria is a large shopping center in downtown Houston where you can find tons of stores, several of which are unique to Houston. There you can find stores you are used to and see everywhere, like American Eagle or Claire's, but you'll also find luxury stores such as Louis Vuitton and Dolce & Gabbana, and everything in between, from electronics to toys to jewelry, clothes, and accessories. But there is more than just shopping. You'll also find plenty of dining options, and of course that family fun on the ice rink. That's right, go ice skating at the mall. There are classes, events, and special things happening all year, so check that out before you go. Maybe save the Galleria for a rainy day in Houston and spend the sunny days outside. There are so many outdoor activities to do in Houston. You can hike, bike ride, go fishing, boating, and so much more. There's an abundance of parks to visit all over the area, including nature hikes, sports, and playgrounds. If you spend a day at the zoo, be sure to check out Herman Park right outside the gates, where you can pedal boat and ride the train. If it's the right time of year, you can also catch a show or concert for free at the Miller Outdoor Theater, which is also in Herman Park. If you're going to be in Southeast Texas and the Houston area, you may as well take a drive over the bridge to Galveston Beach and relax in the sun. Even in the winter, you may get a warm enough day to sunbathe on the beach. And honestly, I've spent a day or two dressed warmly, wrapped in a blanket on the beach as well. A little cold weather can't stop you from reading a book or looking out over the water, catching the reflection of the sun. You can also enjoy shopping at the Strand and walking the Wall, and then indulge in some delicious seafood at any of the restaurants along your route. Speaking of food, there are tons of great options in the Houston area. Houston is a very diverse area with many cultures, which means the food variety is great. But it's also Texas, which means the barbecue is top-notch. Not only is Houston full of culture and Texas barbecue, but it's also part of the South, which means amazing mom-and-pop Southern home cooking. You can find almost anything your heart or your stomach desires. My biggest tip for what you can do before visiting any town or city is looking online for the city calendar of events. This is a great tip because many places have a calendar available for locals and visitors, informing everyone of festivals, shows, free events, kids' activities, all kinds of stuff that are going on at any given time. There are usually links to websites that provide more information on each event, and there are dates, times, activity lists, etc. on the calendar itself. Depending on the time of year, there may be special plays, concerts, art shows, farmers markets, festivals, and so much more. So definitely check for that before any trip. Even if the town you're visiting is really small, sometimes you'll find a hidden gem. So you've got all the info you need to know. It's the vacation you want to take. Now's the time to decide when you want to go, where you're going to stay, eat, and sightsee. You may want to decide on that budget first, though, and keep in mind that Houston can be very warm even in winter, and the humidity can get pretty intense, so pack accordingly. If you liked this video and you want to see more similar content, subscribe to Greater Travel and click the bell to be notified when future videos are uploaded. Be sure to leave a comment about your experience in Houston if you've been before, or something you would look forward to on a future visit, and we will do our best to respond to your comment. Thanks for watching. See you next time.